That's I think it's our 6th check day here, and we finally connected. This looked like a great location when we first started, and we just haven't produced real well here on this farm, but you know, I think it gets coyote hunted quite a bit and everything. But we're real happy with the Duke 550 traps that we've been using here on this line. Buried them deep in the jaw, and for today we've got 2 coyotes, 2 beavers, and you know, it's not a bad day on the trap line. We also used a little bit of Hoosier Trapper Predator Seducer, which I like using late season. I just mix things up, you know, and Vixen Elixir always works well too, but we caught him on Predator Seducer and Top Dog Predator. Back here at the location where we caught the coyote and this morning, and what we've got is we've got a place where 4 farm lanes kind of come together. I always set farm lanes just because the coyotes tend to run those. You know, it's always different locations and stuff, but I just want to talk a little bit about the location here. We got a farm road that runs north and south, and then we have an intersecting road that runs east and west. Right behind the camera is a farm drainage ditch, and so these coyotes love to run these lanes. They love to hunt these farm ditches, and it is later season, so I'm not sure that he was actually out hunting or anything. I don't know, but 6 days we had this kind of in the ground. You've got to stay with your set. We didn't touch this set for 6 days either, and we've had 3 of those 6 days were snow and ice, and a lot of guys will come back to their set and they'll want to re-lure, rebait, do all kinds of work to it. And at least for me, what I found to be most successful is let that thing ride, and the less scent that you can put down there, to me, is the better. I usually will let a location sit for at least 10 days. And if I haven't caught there in 10 days, then I might move and go to another spot. But usually in 10 days, you should be catching something coming through there. But to me also, I reset the trap right back in the bed. I really like the eye appeal of a catch circle, and then all the urine and the scat that coyote has left me behind. You know, it's a lot of added scent also for us to catch that next critter coming down through here. So the wind is perfect for this set right here. The coyote's going to be traveling here kind of behind the camera. Wind is pushing that way. He's going to step right here, and hopefully we're going to target another dog. All right, so now we're going to talk about one of the strangest things that has ever happened to me in my trapping career, and we're going to tell the story of the passenger. Starting out, it was a coyote set, but we know that the area that we're trapping, there's definitely bobcats there, and you know, we're not specifically targeting cats, but anytime you're trapping for a predator, there's that chance of catching it, especially in the area that we're trapping. And so we know we're setting these coyote sets, but there's the off chance that we may, you know, accidentally happen to catch a cat. Had no idea at the time. You know, I filmed some of the best footage I've ever filmed, but we had an audio problem with the camera, and so the audio it's unusable basically. But it just never fails. You know, we get something kind of neat, and the audio fails.
Here in Indiana, we're not allowed to keep cats. They're still protected. We have no season on them. They just did give us an otter season a couple of years ago. And we're allowed 500 once the quota's met, we're done. And we're hoping that they'll do something like that with cats. Brian runs 15 trail cameras, I run a bunch of trail cameras, and we're just getting picture after picture after picture of cats. It's definitely hurting the turkey pop, and it's not helping the fawns either. We're trying to control the coyotes, but you can only catch so many, limited days of trapping. But in Indiana, we're hoping soon we will get a season to catch cats. On this particular set, Brian had set the trap we pulled up and noticed the cat in it. He was going pretty crazy. You know, we kind of thought, well, here we go again. But I have released quite a few cats, and I find that a Rubbermaid tote is probably the easiest thing to do. The first one I caught actually stuck his claws in my muck boot and ruined a brand new pair of muck boots. I just got in the catch circle and he got me. So I realized how fast they really are real quick. So me and Brian used the choker and the catch pole and Rubbermaid tote, and the video shows it. But
luckily, it was a good deep catch. I mean, we had him deep in the paw, so we weren't worried about him getting out and getting after us too bad. But we're going to show you the whole footage of how we released this cat, and that's how we always, you know, I kind of think we caught 2 this year.
Yeah.
Which is, there's been years we've caught way more. There's been years we haven't caught any, but it seems like the last few years we've been catching more and more. So this is how we get rid or release a cat from our trap.
You got so much stronger than I would have thought. Just get him out of that deal. I got him right now. If you can hold this side. Yeah. Make sure that claw don't get you on that right side.
That's the thing, it's out right now.
There you go. He can't get you now. We turn him loose. I'm gonna take, you keep the tote on him. I'm gonna take the choker off of him right now. Throw that trap. You got the tote?
Yeah.
Just hold down right here on this side. I'm gonna take the choker off of him. Come around to this side and turn him loose towards the woods so he don't get us. Hang on, let me shut the door. Last time we about to jump in the truck. All right. It's all you, baby. Got him.
I hate you, Scotty.
Huh?
I hate you.
He'll sit there for a minute. You don't know where he's going.
So, one thing we found is a lot easier with 2 people trying to release this cat. And, you know, he's laying there. I've got the tote pulled back. And I think the hard part's over. And I was wrong.
yeah. Yeah. The cat actually jumps back in the tote and then flips the tote back over on himself. So I told Brian, it's yours to go get loose. So Brian had to go back up to the tote again.
I really appreciate that, too.
Yeah, it was quite classic.
I did catch the cat. So.
You did catch the cat.
Oh, it was, so then it jumps under the truck, and I tell Scott, I said, just go back and forth, he'll come out of there. Well, he didn't.
No, he was actually on the rear end of it and took the choker and literally leaned down on the ground and poked up underneath the truck while he climbed up the drive shaft onto the transfer case. Well, in this line we had, it was a lot of gravel roads, in and outs, dead end fields, roads and fields, and we actually drove 55 miles and the cat stayed underneath the truck. We clocked it. Went through a high water crossing. Water was 2.5 foot deep. We hit it pretty hard. And the cat was gorgeous when we caught him. But when we finally get this cat out, he wasn't so pretty.
No.
He was pretty dirty with all the dust.
We'd actually pulled up, was talking to another friend, and he said, there's no way that you really have a cat that's been in the truck for 55 miles.
Yeah.
And I put the GoPro on the stick, ran the stick under there, and you could see the paw hanging there. We kind of worried a little bit for a while that the cat was either going to do 2 things. It was going to be dead, which we definitely didn't want that, or it was going to ride home with Scotty and get the dogs when it got to the house.
Yeah.
We knew we had to get it out, and we made a believer out of Ty real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian crawls underneath the truck and pokes the cat a couple times, and he come out wide open.
I will say that Scotty said, if he comes out at you, I'll swing the pole at him.
Yeah, I had your back.
Yeah, that's right.
I had your 6 at all times.
So we're moving on from the cat now. We come up the road, we've got a coyote, and we were laughing about it because we're already struggling, and now we've got a rear foot catch on this coyote. And I put this set in, I put a urine post in, and you know, I mean, we really struggled with catching, and now we're laughing because we've got this rear foot coyote. And I think the reason we struggled with catching any is because Scotty was getting diesel fuel with his rubber trapping boots on.
Yeah, note to self, don't wear your trapping boots to get diesel that morning. I had it all over them. And I kind of figured out why we didn't catch too many.
That's true, probably true.
But yeah, most old timers would say, if you catch a coyote by the rear foot or a fox, you've got to turn it loose. We had a couple old trappers used to tell me that all the time. So Brian probably should have turned the coyote loose.
I probably should have, but you know, with the low numbers we had, I just said we had to take it.
Yeah, we didn't have a choice.
You know, we just, the catch, for whatever reason, we were kind of limited a little bit on the ground that we had. And I think there was a couple other trappers that had been in there a little bit before us that I think, you know, that may have affected it. May not have been weather, could have been anything, but we kind of struggled a little bit on our coyote line.
Maybe no worse. So that's a pretty big dog hose.
Well, we've got a smaller, very pretty female. Scott and I were just looking in the road, and there's plenty of fresh scat up and down this road. Like we had maybe a pair come down through here tonight, and lucky enough we got her, and we were using Hoosier Trapper Supplies Top Dog Predator bait on this, and I think I used long distance lure on this one, Scotty. So this time of year it's kind of hit and miss. Real cold weather I like to use long distance. I hate using it when it's about what it is, but just trying different things. So we're gonna get her taken care of. We got about 4 more sets or 2 more sets to check. We've had a pretty good day. We do have a cat stuck underneath the truck and it's still with us. So we're gonna try to get him taken care of after that. We've got a lot of work to do. Well, we hope you enjoyed the story of the passenger and this episode, and we look forward to giving you the next one with Heat Seeker Outdoors.